What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to a day in the life of a Met Police emergency response team. I'm guessing this is probably the London area because it says Westminster and Met is short for Metropolitan Police.
Okay,
I guess
what I thought.
I guess I'm not 100% sure of that, but I'm probably 95% sure that's correct. But guys, I have never heard of a police emergency response team.
I haven't either.
I'm not really sure exactly what they do. It sounds,
To me, it sounds comparable to what our EMS would be.
on the surface.
But maybe it's something completely different.
What emergencies are they responding to?
Right.
Are they health emergencies or are they some other type of emergency? Obviously they have EMS.
Mm-hmm.
So do these police officers just assist the EMS or is it something completely different?
Yeah.
Here, I don't really know exactly how our police departments are all divided into units. Mm-hmm. But to be honest, we have obviously a much smaller police department than you would have somewhere, say, London.
Right, at least in our town.
So they would probably have a lot more divisions and whatnot than we would. Here, generally speaking, it's usually the same police officers that are out riding around, doing traffic stops and whatnot. They generally are the same police officers usually see come to more violent type of incidences and emergency responses.
They cover everything.
They seem to,
yeah.
But that's probably because we live in a smaller area and you're going to have less crime, generally speaking, in smaller areas. And if this is London, then obviously it's one of the largest cities in the world, so it makes sense that you'd probably have all sorts of different units that we wouldn't have here. So anyways, guys, have no idea what to expect here. What exactly is an emergency response team? That is what we're going to explore today.
So is this a TV show?
I don't know.
Kind of looks like it.
So my name's George Dawson. I've been police officer for
this is definitely London.
Well, I was a special constable for 3 years before joining the job as a PC. I've been working on Westminster for about 7.5 years now.
Okay, I've heard of that word, constable. What exactly is that?
I have no idea.
I have never heard that, applied to an individual here in the U.S.
No, I don't think we use that term here.
Yeah, so guys, if you know what a constable is, let us know in the comments.
So PC would be police constable or private constable? I don't know.
I have no idea what that is either.
So at the moment we're just taking an I-graded call to Carlton House Terrace, which is just off the Mall, to a suspicious package.
A suspicious
we get a lot
package.
of these in Westminster, obviously being the borough where we are. So these are quite a common occurrence. Most of the time they turn out to be nothing, but the odd occasion we do deem suspicious and we do call them and we bring in sort of experts, etc. But I'm hoping on this occasion it'll be nothing, but we'll soon find out.
Okay, so right off the bat, he's responding to what could be either, you never know, a bomb, some sort of like powder that could harm people, anything that's basically in a package that could harm someone.
Interesting. Okay, so they're responding to suspicious package on the police emergency response team. Here, who would we, wouldn't SWAT or somebody?
I have no idea who would be here, honestly. I mean, that happens from time to time, but it doesn't usually happen in smaller towns like this. So, when you hear about something like that happening, you usually hear about that happening in Washington, D.C. or New York City or something like that. I've never really heard of something suspicious package like that or a bomb threat or something like that happening in the smaller communities like we live in.
Yeah. I love this view.
I do too. Yeah, I do too. The flags.
The mall. Oh, it's a suitcase.
So it's just a package left there.
Dispose of it, yeah. So as expected, all safe. So we'll take it and we'll just dispose of it, just save us getting any more calls. Yeah, that's the most common result. As I say, I've probably only ever done a handful where I've had to actually sort of call it, get people down, etc. But say 9 times out of 10, this is what we do.
That's really interesting to me because here in our town, like you were saying, if you saw a piece of luggage laying on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
I would never in a million years think, oh, I need to call the police because
I wouldn't even think about it.
This could be something dangerous.
I guess it could be, but it's not something
right. I would just think, oh, somebody forgot their suitcase or fell out of their car. Or their trunk. Like,
so these guys basically are the first response to kind of do the initial test of something like that. And then if, it looks like it's a bomb or some sort of anthrax or whatever, they would end up calling somebody to come out, special unit that would, with a bomb sniffing dog maybe, or something like that. That's what I'm guessing. So they're just the initial response in that emergency response team. That kind of makes more sense now.
I find sort of late turns especially is probably one of our busiest shifts because it's just call after call after call after call. And if we've not got a lot of numbers in, because we get a lot of obstructions with aid, you're just being bounced from one call to another. So being proactive is quite a hard thing to do these days.
Call from a distressed female.
So we had a abandoned phone call from a distressed female. That's why it sort of, for me, it made me think straight away of any potential domestics. Hence why I've asked the controller to do IIP searches on the previous calls to that address. And it's confirmed that there has been previous incidents between mum and daughter of domestic incidents. Initially this call came out as an escalate, which is 45 minutes, so someone that's not a blue light driver like George would be able to go to. However, because of the call of the distressed female and the previous history stating domestic incidents, then George obviously flagged that up to the controller asking for it to be put on immediate response. Therefore, we can use the blue lights and drive a bit faster to get us there quicker in case obviously that someone's in danger at the address.
So they also respond to domestic calls as well.
Interesting. I find her hat interesting.
Yeah, it looks like a costume or something.
A top hat.
Yeah.
Can we come in? Yeah, so the call we've just been to rather. Domestic incident between mum and daughter.
Okay.
It's obviously escalated to a point where the daughter's had to call the police. There's been no kind of physical assault or any other kind of offences. It's literally just a heated argument. It'll be passed through to our...
Wow, so the daughter called the police because they were having an argument? Wow.
I wonder if that's normal.
Yeah, is that normal?
Or if, because... I don't know the details.
Yeah,
I don't
obviously.
know how serious it got, like if she was threatening her life or something. But
that's true, but...
Not physical at all, and you call the cops. That's interesting. I wonder if they would even come here.
Well, if you said, we're having an argument, I don't think they would even show up. But, obviously, if it had gotten physical, then they would show up.
Safety unit who deal with domestics, they can review it as well. If there are clear offences there, either someone's been assaulted or things like that, then it usually does lead to an arrest. In these circumstances, it can be a bit more tricky. Sometimes you can argue that going down the route of arrest can cause more bad than good. Sometimes a short-term solution to a long-term problem. But you have to, with domestics, you have to look at it mainly by risk. You have to be on the ball really, I suppose, for any call that comes out. Save life and limb is always our top priority. The call we're going to now is a male, Leicester Square.
Public indecency.
Masturbating.
Oh, God. Oh.
We'll get to figure out what's going on, try and speak to the caller, try and locate the man in question. It could be anything to do with mental health, or we could just be doing it for his own self-gratification. But,
okay, well, either way, if you're doing that, something's going on wrong in your mind, because normal people don't generally go and do that.
Go out on a public square and...
No. Oh, man.
Lord.
I don't know. I've never come across that, thankfully. I don't even know what I would do. I'd be like... that would just be weird.
Creep.
We'll soon find out.
This is one of the reasons I'm glad we don't live in a big city. Guess every day is interesting, huh?
It seems like it.
All right. So the got a call obviously to the gentleman in the toilet, masturbating. We've spoke. Well, the informant flagged us down, told us what had happened.
Okay, so it wasn't in a park or something.
So he was in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh, at the urinal?
Found the gentleman.
Yeah, that's still
putting his trousers up.
Too much.
Got to him in the urinal. We've let him out. Had a chat with him. Sort of done our checks, all the procedural things that we do. Fortunately, the informant and his friend, they didn't wish to. They wanted to remain anonymous essentially. They didn't want to provide a statement or go to court. So, in those circumstances, we've got no real evidence. Has to be someone who's outraged by the event. In this case, we haven't got a statement to say that. So we've done all our checks. He's been given some very strong words of advice. Advised that obviously
not to do
if he
that.
does have those urges, he should do it in a more private setting, as it were.
You'd think it would be common sense, but
So yeah, we do definitely go to calls that are not strictly religious matters. A large majority of that is to do with mental health and mental health related
Mental
calls.
health.
But yeah, it can take up a lot of our time. But
Yeah, I can imagine.
that's what we're there for, to make sure that people are safe and things get dealt with accordingly.
The call doesn't come out as a mental health related incident, something as clear cut as there's a lady screaming in the street, just drive back, or somebody's having a mental health crisis, or we're going to the street to a lady.
Okay, so obviously this is some sort of show on Response Westminster.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of it.
There's probably different ones for different areas.
There might be, yeah. Could this be like Cops here in the U.S.?
Maybe, yeah.
I'm not sure. Let us know
Maybe
in the
a
comments,
little more
guys.
tame, maybe.
I don't know. Cops can get pretty
Yeah,
crazy because they just go and
yeah.
see everything that's going on. But this was interesting, guys. So I went into this not knowing exactly what the police emergency response team was, but basically it just seems like they're the first response
Yeah, that's
to pretty much anything. They went
That's what it
to
seems like.
an assortment of different things. Basically, if you're not 100% sure if it's gotten out of hand or if it's tame, they're the ones that go and they kind of
assess the situation. Yeah.
and then from there they can either handle certain situations
or
then
they would pass it on to a special unit or
right
something.
yeah, if they needed the equivalent of SWAT, they would call them in to check out the a bag that was they thought was a bomb or something in it, or if there was, I wonder about like real domestic violence. Would they, like, if that mother and that daughter were actually physically fighting, would they have arrested them on the spot, or would they have called in another team to bring them into the police station?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They probably would have dealt with it.
I think they would have dealt with that. I think it's just differing levels that you'd have to like bring in a dog sometimes, or if it was like a crazed person doing something horrible, they'd probably have to call in backup. Yeah. But it sounds like they handle the initial assessment, like you were saying.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Would you like to do this job?
No. I don't have the patience for it.
Okay, you'd be like,
especially like in a big city like this.
Yeah.
Like they said, a lot of their time is dealt with like mental health issues, or just things where you just have to have super amounts of patience and like, try to talk someone like into calm, and like that's not
I don't know.
for me.
I think you'd be pretty good at it.
You think?
Yeah, I think you'd be pretty good
It
at
would wear on me. It would get very mentally exhausting, I feel like.
I think I would enjoy this job to a certain extent because
every day would be different.
Every day would be different. The one thing I wouldn't like the most about this job is dealing with traffic in London.
Yeah,
my
that would
goodness,
be frustrating.
Driving through London is just like the taxi drivers. That'd be stressful. I can only imagine. We actually watched on Patreon recently the Liver Run.
Oh yeah,
and
that was from like what?
87. That was 87, and I already knew it would be insane driving through London. And even back then, you could tell, my goodness, just to get through central London would be insane. But overall, I think this would be an interesting police unit to be part of.
Yeah.
You know, you're just that first line of defense, and most of the time it's going to probably be just simple situations, but you'd always have to be prepared for the crazier stuff. Yeah. But like you said, I think it'd be cool to have like the different day, every day something new's happening, and that would be kind of interesting. But anyways, guys, I think that's it for us today. Let us know in the comments what you think we should check out next in terms of British police stuff. I definitely want to look more into the emergency responder type stuff, whether that's police, fire, EMS, Coast Guard, whatever. You know, I kind of like looking into this type of thing.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So let us know what we should check out, guys. But thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey. Until next time, guys. Peace.